If a student is injured during an incident that you're recording in PowerSchool, you'll need to indicate that as required by federal law. If there is ever an aggravated assault incident at your school and you code it as such, you must indicate what the level of physical injury sustained by one or more students is. I'm showing you here a partially created discipline incident. It is very fictitious here simply for demonstration purposes. If you are doing an actual incident, you of course will add additional description, time frame, location, much more pertinent information than you see here. But at the bottom where you put in your incident participants and the elements, I've got two fictitious students here used just for example. I've indicated that there was an aggravated assault. The action will be to call law enforcement. Two students were involved in this. Both of them were fighting. One of them was injured. So to indicate this, I drag the behavior over to the first student, drop it on top of the student. Notice that it's indented. Same behavior needs to be tied to the second student, so I'll drag that over to the second student and notice that it is added indented also. We called the law enforcement agency, so we'll drag that action to the behavior associated with the first student, but it's no longer here. In order to indicate that law enforcement was called for the second student also, we have to create another action, which would be called to law enforcement. You would need to complete information here as you had the first time. Add that action. Now it is available to drag to the second student's behavior code. So we're now showing that both of these students participated in aggravated assault. Law enforcement was called in relation to both of them, but one student was injured. We need to indicate that all aggravated assault incidences must have a physical injury attribute attached. So I'll click on the pencil to edit this student. The attributes for physical injury are listed in the attributes for that student. I'll click the plus sign, select physical injury here, and then select the level, minor, moderate, depending on whatever you consider minor, moderate, serious. Select that, and then you would update the participant's attributes. Note you don't see this, but the State Department will pull this data, and if that's not coded as part of this incident, it will get kicked out and sent back for correction.